Well, hello everyone, welcome back to another vlog, and as promised you find me on the start of my road trip to North Wales. Look at those clouds behind me, aren't they fantastic? I'm just above the town of Dolgethley, which I don't know if you can see just over my shoulder just here. That's Dolgethley, and I've walked up from the town towards an area called Glyn Arran, which is somewhere over here in this direction, over here. I've walked around there before on a previous vlog, way back at the beginning of the year, early March I think, and recorded a vlog up there, and this is kind of the other end of that journey that I took on that particular occasion. I wanted to talk all about visualization in this vlog. Those of you who are regular landscape photographers yourselves will probably have heard of and certainly researched Ansel Adams. Now, what Ansel Adams did was talk quite a lot about visualization in photography, and there are kind of two methods that you can consider with visualization. The first method is when you're out and about with your camera approaching the scene, you come across something and you spend a few moments just trying to visualize how you want the photo to look. It's all about keeping an eye on the composition, keeping an eye on the light, watching what happens and trying to make the best decision at the right time. Well, that is essentially what I'm going to be doing right here. I've taken a short walk up from the town of Dolgethley so that I can overlook the town itself and look out across towards hills and mountains around here. And this is a spot that I didn't think I was going to be coming to today. However, now that I'm here, I can see there are one or two compositions that I'd like to capture while I'm here. And that's all down to visualization. I've spent a few minutes here now looking around, trying to work out what the best compositions are and waiting for the light to just do something interesting. I'm not sure if the light will work out or not, but it's still going to be a nice shot anyway, or at least a couple of nice shots. So I'm going to set up the camera here and take a few shots, and then I'll move on to the next part of my journey. Well, that's my first stop on the road trip complete. My next stop is going to be at the beach a little bit later today. I'm going to try and capture a few seascapes. I've got a few ideas in mind, and that leads me nicely in to my next option for visualization. Basically what that involves is thinking of a shot in your mind that you want to take, but not actually having a location where you know you can take it, and then you'll have this shot sitting in your mind, or at least I'll have this shot sitting in my mind for several weeks, months, sometimes even years, while I wait for the perfect opportunity to take a shot like this. But obviously you're never quite sure whether or not you're going to be able to find a composition that works well with the shot that you're trying to capture. So I'll talk more about that later in the video. Here I am then at the beach. I hope you can hear me over the sound of the sea and this weather coming in, this wind coming in off the shore. It's quite cold and blowy here at the moment. I'm standing here quite near to the sand dunes, hoping to try and avoid some of the breeze that's coming in, because it's really causing havoc with my sound. But in just a moment I'd like to go down to the shoreline, just down here somewhere behind me, and try and capture some seascapes right on the edge of the sea. The idea here is to capture a shot where I'm kind of wide angle, looking down at the very edge of the sea, just watching the waves come in, and as the waves start to recede, take a long exposure, possibly of about a second, as the waves are receding from the shoreline. Hopefully that'll look good, but I've also got to try and find some sort of subject to put into the composition, because I think just the sea on its own with this sky is not going to look very good anyway. So I'm looking out for a rock or some stones or something just on the edge of the shoreline to see if I can put them into the frame somewhere and make it look slightly more interesting. Once I've done that, I've also got another little shot just a few yards away from here. There's a little way down the beach here, there's a breaker wall which is almost like a windbreak, and if I climb over the top of that I can get round the back of the beach behind the sand dunes. There's a yacht club, and I'm thinking of popping around there and seeing if I can get another shot there. It's a shot I've taken before, but I don't know for sure whether it will come off on a day like this. In the meantime though, I'm going to get down to the shoreline and take this first shot. As you can see, I've come back from the shoreline now. I managed to find one small cluster of stones just at the very edge of the shoreline itself, but the tide wasn't really coming in very much. It seemed quite static. It was just coming in enough to just lap over those rocks every now and then, so I tried to capture several long exposures of that. It was an interesting scene, and it wasn't really working very well as I'd hoped, but I'm hopeful that I can get at least one or two decent shots out of that. But in the meantime, after leaving the shoreline, I've walked a little bit further along the beach, and behind me there's an area where there seems to be a lot of stones and boulders and rocks just strewn all over the beach, and this happens a lot on this particular beach. But as I'm walking past those, I've found this little line of wooden groins here leading out towards the sea, and the very first one here has got quite a lot of yellowy green algae on the top of it, so I think there's a shot there. I'm going to set up here and take a shot of that, and then there may be one more shot at the end of this vlog. Well, I can't really believe my luck today. I've stepped across the breaker wall behind me at the back of the beach, and I've come over this sort of area here, and I found myself in what can only really be described as some sort of lagoon, or certainly a mooring spot for boats. There are hundreds, maybe not hundreds, certainly dozens of boats just lined up along the shoreline here. And check out this beast behind me, this guy just lying half on its side here. Got a lovely composition here of this boat, so I'm going to take this shot. This is something that again I had visualised. I've been to this area before and I know this particular spot quite well, and I've captured a couple of decent shots here, but the idea was to think of a shot that I wanted to capture again here, specifically of a boat on its side like this. And the best thing about this is it's obviously been there a while, because it's all covered in the green moss and algae that you get when things have been lying around at the water's edge for so long. So I'm going to capture this shot now, and I think this is really going to be the last shot of the vlog. So if you've enjoyed this vlog while I've been here in North Wales, then please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again on another vlog very soon. Bye for now.